This is tutorial number 5 and we are about to begin building backdoors for Windows, Android, Linux, and we shall see how hackers can go ahead and enter into iPhones. So within this tutorial, we are going to be installing our first software. It is one of the softwares we shall be using while building backdoors, and it is called Metasploit. So Metasploit is a tool which was developed by Rapid7 and it was developed in Ruby. So being that it is developed in Ruby, it will need some dependencies for Ruby such that it can run perfectly or it can get installed on our machine. So I'm using Ubuntu 20.04. So in order to install the dependencies for Metasploit, you need to run this command. I'm going to be providing you with this document in the description at the end of the tutorial. So I have prepared the 2 ways of how you can install Metasploit on your machine. So for me, I'm using Ubuntu, but if you are using Kali Linux, you do not need to install Metasploit. It comes pre-installed in Kali Linux. So for Kali users, you just need to start using Metasploit right away. So in order to install the dependencies, we need to run this command onto the terminal. So after running that command, you hit enter, automatically the dependencies will get installed. So for my case, I'm not going to be running the installation since it will take some time, yet I don't want the video to be quite long. So after running that step, you need to make a new directory called apps where you will be installing the Metasploit framework. So to make a new directory, you just need to run the command make a dir, and the name of the directory is going to be called apps, and I'm going to, this tilde means that we are going to be creating apps in our home directory. So I have already performed these steps. So if you come inside home, you are seeing that I am having a new folder called apps, meaning that once you run this command, it will create a new folder inside your home directory, and that folder is called apps. So you have to cd into apps. So cd into apps will make you to go inside the apps directory, and after that we need to install the Metasploit inside the apps directory, and we are going to be using the git to clone the Metasploit framework. So this is a command, git clone https://github.com/rapid7 Metasploit framework.git. So you just need to run that command into your terminal, and automatically it will start to clone and download the Metasploit framework onto your machine. And after completing, you must cd into the Metasploit framework you have cloned. So after you cd into the Metasploit framework, you need to install the bundler. So we shall use Ruby gems to install the bundler. You just need to run the command sudo gem install bundler. After running that, once it completes, you just need to run bundler install, and automatically your Metasploit framework will be ready for you to use. And for you to start up Metasploit framework, you just need to run this command on the terminal. So after you run this command on the terminal, you must be presented to this window. So this is the window for Metasploit, and you are seeing we can now issue our commands onto the terminal. So that is one way you can install Metasploit. And in the second way, you just need to use what we call wget. So we shall use wget to download the Metasploit installer. So once you run this one, it's going to download the installer, latest Linux 64 installer.run in your root directory. So I have already performed this step. You just need to run this command on your terminal. After running it on your terminal, automatically it's going to download the installer, the command. This is the whole command. Okay, let me put it on a new line such that it doesn't break. So this is the full command you are seeing. So after running this, it will download this installer inside your working directory. After downloading it inside your working directory, let me show you an example. As you are seeing here, this is the installer. Because I already executed that command, it went ahead and downloaded the Metasploit installer. So after that, you need to change the permission for this installer. Otherwise, you won't be able to execute the installer. So to change the permission for the installer, just need to run a command chmod +x, then you specify the name of your installer. So chmod +x dot / then the name of your installer. As you are seeing, this is the name of our installer. If you can see, that is the name of our installer. So it is the name here of the file you need to run along the chmod to change the permission of the file such that it can be executable. So after that, we just need to execute the installer by this command. You just type sudo period / then the name of the installer.run. Automatically, once you hit this or you run this command on the terminal, it must open up the GUI, and this is the GUI whereby you should follow the GUI to install Metasploit. So the first step, it will be a welcome screen. You just need to click on forward to continue, and as you are seeing, you just need to accept the terms of the agreement. After accepting the terms of the agreement, you just click on forward, and from there the installer will ask you where you want to install Metasploit framework. By default, it will get installed inside the OTP folder, and inside the OTP folder, it will create a new folder called Metasploit where it will install the Metasploit framework. So you can go ahead and change this path to your desired path, or you can just leave it to the default and continue. So after that, you just click on forward, and the next step, it is asking you whether you want to install Metasploit as a service. What does it mean? If you install Metasploit as a service, it means that whenever you reboot or you start up your machine, Metasploit will get started automatically. So you will not need to start Metasploit. The service will get started automatically. So you can disable it by saying no or yes. It is upon your choice. Then you click on forward. Then you are prompted to disable the firewall and any antivirus. Just click on forward. And after that, as you are seeing, the installer is requesting us to enter a port for SSL. So you can leave that to the default. You can leave that to the default and just continue. And for the host, you can take localhost and just continue. doors. We are going to be creating backdoors for Windows, Linux, Android, iPhone, and we shall see how hackers can create backdoors for websites and install those shells onto the admin panel of a website such that the hacker can go ahead and attack or enter into a website. And I will be recommending some ways you can do to avoid such attacks. So thanks for watching. Do not forget to click on the subscribe button. Let us meet in the next tutorial.